This video is showing how to remove brake bands from a long 610 SM. It's a crawler edition. A lot of the manuals I found are for the wheeled version. And it's a little bit different even with that housing. So I didn't really know what I was doing, but came out pretty easy, except for some things. But once you remove the seat over there and all the frame and everything to access everything, it's pretty easy. This is the key right here for the track, so you start taking removing these. There will be a bolt on this side to remove, and then you get your sludge and a driver right here, and you'll hit it from inside out. So you just put it on that pin. You put the key on the back side of the tractor so you have room to swing. But you just put this on the pin and then hit it with a sludge, and it should just jump out just like that. So you remove both sides of the track, flip them over, and then I removed the bracket on the leaf springs. It's just 3 bolts on this bracket here. So then that'll drop down. And then this pivot shaft, you can do it one side at a time, but because this is a free floating shaft, so you can hit that on the other side and push this side forward, or you can do it all at once. I did it simultaneously. It's just 2 U-bolts that hold it on the back final drive here. So you just remove the 2 bolts from both sides, and then remove both brackets that have the leaf spring, and then it just slides down the track to the front of the tractor, just like that. That whole body will slide forward. And then this will be exposed. This side's still on, so you just have to remove the nuts on the studs. And this whole compartment, this whole housing, you just pick it up with a forklift or tractor. You can leave this sprocket on. I didn't know what I was gonna have to do to get to that, to get to the brake band, which I knew was right back here. I thought I was gonna have to go all the way through, pull gears and everything, but that's a whole separate compartment. You can see on the one I removed, this whole side this whole gear shaft is separate. Then you have your brake band housing. This is your drum that's on there. It's a pretty weird nut that holds the drum on. It's just kind of like a clamping lock system. I kind of beat it up and it chipped everywhere, but this just folds over this, so you just straighten it, and then this is right here, and then it just unscrews. So you remove that drum, and then the brake band will still be in there. This is your pedal that hooks up to your brake pedal, but there's this bolt and then a brass collar that's on there, and it should slide it out pretty easily because there's just this one set screw which you access to this front compartment. So you just remove this screw and this whole thing should slide out, but mine was seized because it had been sitting so long. So I actually had to weld a bar on there and get some wedges behind it and start hitting it, and then I just started rotating it. With enough WD-40, it started breaking out, and then this slides out, and then you have a brass collar that comes out, and then what will be left in there is this butterfly lock. You can see that set screw goes through this butterfly lock and pinches on the brake band bolt here, but that's in there, and it's still locked onto the brake band with these 2 going through. But yeah, this butterfly lock is in there, so once you remove that bolt, it'll still be in there, and then you just rotate it a little bit and wiggle it, and it'll come out. And then these punch through pretty easy, these keys, which hold this butterfly onto the brake band. There's a bunch of like holes. It looks like there's a key in there, there's a screw, but you just have to punch it through. There's a lot of weird things like that. There's a lot of holes that misguide you, that you think there's going to be a hex screw in there or a locking pin, but there's not. Everything punches or pulls out. So you remove that, and then you punch those 2 pins and got that free, and then you're set, and then you just reverse the order.